done so well for so many years. Nice crowd, good vibe, and ready to go here in the championship game of the All-State Maui Invitational. And it's Marquette with the first possession of the game.
Ighodaro being guarded by Edey.
And Tyler Kolek gets inside and draws an early foul.
Kolek is such a great point guard, a lefty, and he can really pass the ball, in complete control of this Marquette offense.
The starting lineups are brought to you by Hawaiian Airlines. Kolek, the reigning Big East Player of the Year. Cam Jones, terrific score. David Joplin, the sixth man of the year for the Big East a year ago, now a starter. We talked about Ighodaro, and Stevie Mitchell does a little bit of everything for this Marquette team, and they've got some dangerous players coming off the bench as well.
Dangerous and speedy, especially when Sean Jones comes into the game at 5'10". Good luck staying in front of him.
And the Purdue starting lineup, of course, it is centered around Zach Edey, but some terrific guards. Braden Smith, Fletcher Lawyer, Lance Jones, a grad transfer from Southern Illinois, and Trey Kaufman-Uren as well.
Marquette starting out with a 1-2-2 3/4 court press just to slow the advance. They have to guard it for less time once it gets across half court.
Wow, Kaufman-Uren, he's strong, and he needed that strength to get that shot up.
Wants to get to that left shoulder. He's got a great right-hand jump hook. Marquette trying to spread the floor.
He's going to run a lot of offense through Ighodaro. There's the handoff. He gets it back from Kolek and puts it in.
Well, another player, also Ighodaro, that's very good in a short roll situation. Those are not easy shots, but he's very good at it.
Braden Smith, a member of the Big Ten All-Freshman team a year ago. And he is better this season in his sophomore year.
Got a switch. Got Stevie Mitchell on Zach Edey.
Jones misses the three, and the rebound down to Cam Jones for Marquette. Wide open, Stevie Mitchell. Kaufman-Uren the rebound.
Rebounding is an area that Purdue needs to exploit in this game, especially on the offensive end.
Smith all the way to the bucket to lay it in.
Kaufman-Uren did a great job of screening off his defender, so he couldn't help on that drive.
Purdue a 10-point win over Gonzaga in its first game. A 4-point win over Tennessee yesterday in the semis as Cam Jones answers. For Marquette, they were down 12 to UCLA in the second half on Monday. Went on a 17-0 run, won by 2, and then they beat Kansas by 14 in the semis.
Good pressure on the ball, a little high-low look, but because of the pressure that Joplin put on Kaufman-Uren, he couldn't see inside to Zach Edey. Now this year, Matt Painter's chosen to at least start two big guys with Trey Kaufman-Uren, who operates really effectively down in that low post. Got a really good jump hook and really did a nice job of shielding off Joplin there so he couldn't get around to try to bother that drive by Braden Smith.
They're always looking to try to get Edey a touch underneath. Right now, Stevie Mitchell's on it. You can barely see him because of the size difference. And Ighodaro runs down the loose ball. Kolek cross court to Mitchell. Joplin with the ball. Gets inside, but the size of Edey made him kick it back out.
Smart decision.
Cam Jones, the lefty, lays it in with the right.
Or just that pass out. There's an open middle, and Marquette is going to look to drive at every opportunity to get it into the paint and spray it out. But they didn't have to spray it there. It got all the way to the 10.
Edey yet to get a touch. Comes out to set a ball screen here. They got the switch.
Just need to look into him. But look how Mitchell's just sitting on his legs, breaking contact to get around in front.
Fletcher Lawyer, who had 27 in the semis, knocks one down from the baseline.
Fletcher Lawyer struggled in Purdue's first ball game, but not since. What a pass.
Cam Jones to Oso Ighodaro, Marquette by 4.
Just with the left hand getting that right around Zach Edey, who came over to help out. Nobody rotated down. Ighodaro wide open. Just beautiful basketball.
Again, Edey comes out to set a screen.
And look how Mitchell is just getting low and just trying to use some leverage and bother Edey.
Trey Kaufman-Renn knocks one down from beyond the arc. Ball's loose. Marquette's got it. Iguodaro left it a little bit short, but they've got it again.
And then knocked it away from Edey to keep it alive.
Pollock with a running jump hook off the glass. Ooh, old school there. That was nice.
Just a great feel for the game. Caught the ball in the corner. He can spin off you. Plays at different speeds. He's just so difficult to deal with. And what a magnificent passer he is.
And they're going inside, and a foul called on to Marquette. A good start for the Golden Eagles here against the Boilermakers.
Which I'd rather not.
Again.
But these guys are fighters, man. And Stevie Mitchell's a great defender.
There's a touch. And can Edey go to work? Do they double? There it comes with Sean Jones. Boy, that pass almost stolen, and in fact it is. Chase Ross. Boy, they are so quick at both ends of the floor. Iguodaro off a good feed, back out to Jones. Still a ton of time left on the clock.
Well, Jones was a game changer against Kansas with his speed.
Also hit the game-winning three in the UCLA game. Cam Jones couldn't get it to go. Now back come the Boilermakers, just looking to get settled offensively right now.
So far, even though the Marquette pressure has been intense, it hasn't been chaotic. And that's what Purdue's got to avoid, is getting stuck in a chaotic game.
Edey a little bit strong, and a foul underneath. I think they got Cam Jones of Marquette.
They're trying to block out Mason Gillis. Purdue is the better rebounding team, and that's where Marquette can give up some things. Not great rebounders, but at the same time, because they take such good care of the ball, Marquette is a great turnover margin. Last year, +5.
And another Marquette foul. This one on Iguodaro. That is his second. That is big. 5:23 into the game. Oso Iguodaro's going to the bench.
And Marquette changes. Ben Gold comes into the game from New Zealand. He's big and can really shoot it from the perimeter, but just not a smart reach there by Iguodaro. You had Brady Smith going out toward half court. Send him there without fouling. Both these teams do such a great job of moving the ball. There's a high-low look.
Into Edey, and he is held by Sean Jones. He wound up on Edey in the switch on the screen and roll, and this is going to be a team effort for Marquette to try to keep Edey from having a big day.
But it really starts with pressure on the ball, and Ben Gold just can't get enough pressure on the perimeter to keep that ball, take away vision to keep it from going in.
Marquette's committed 5 fouls in less than 6 minutes of action.
Good fake sidestep.
Lawyer buries it.
Well, he's seeing a big bucket right now after that 27-point performance in the semifinal against Tennessee.
Ben Gold made a couple of threes in the semis, misses his first attempt here today.
Yeah, hit one against Illinois as well.
Comes Edey again. There goes Smith.
Got the switch now. Kolek on Edey. Just throw it up to him.
Catch and another foul. Edey wants it to be a shooting foul, but I don't think they called it in the act of shooting.
It was before the ball got there. But Edey sets that pick. Now Kolek's got to pick him up. And because Sean Jones is in pretty good help position, they didn't want to lob it over the top. But sooner or later, if you move the ball, he's going to have an angle to the basket and a defender on his hip.
Smith to the bench. So 16 fouls already on Marquette. The next one puts Purdue on the line. Mason Gillis with a corner three.
He can get going. Remember last year he had that 29-point outburst against Penn State. He hit 8 threes in Mackey Arena. One of the underrated arenas in the country. Mackey is awesome.
Amen. Sean Jones into Tyler Kolek, who misses a chippy.
You think he felt the presence of Edey there?
I think everybody in the building feels the presence of Edey. The reigning Wooden Award winner, Cam Heide, with a nice fake in the corner. Can't knock it down, and Kolek the rebound.
Well, Edey was wide open. Needed to get the ball there.
He's only had one field goal attempt so far in this game. He's drawn a bunch of fouls, but that's before he can get the shot off. Cam Jones spinning, taking some contact, and finishing.
Edey wasn't around the basket because he had to be out toward the perimeter guarding Ben Gold, because Gold can knock down a three.
Edey way out near the three-point line. Comes to get it again. Lawyer driving, takes some contact, and scores again.
Was taking the handoff and turning the corner, and that was a strong drive. Even if he missed it, Zach Edey was there for the offensive board.
7 already for Fletcher Lawyer, and 2 more at the other end for Cam Jones. He's got 8.
Just the quickness that Marquette has. They had so many paint opportunities in the semis against Kansas. It's a different kind of paint touch, but they get into the paint, draw help, and they can spray it.
Gillis steps in. Edey's got the offensive rebound, and the high percentage follow.
Well, the play's not over after you run Mason Gillis off the three-point line.
Ben Gold for 3. Gillis the rebound. Really good minutes in the early going from Gillis.
That painter's got a lot of options, but Gillis has a ton of experience, and I like him in this lineup at the 4 spot. A lead help defender.
Edey double team. And this one is stolen. Cam Jones has a trailer, didn't know it. And it's out of bounds to Purdue. A missed opportunity there for Marquette.
Couldn't tell whether he mishandled the ball going
Good a distributor as there is in the college game.
Yeah, I got a text message not too long ago that he reminds my friend Dan Leibovitz of Pepe Sanchez, played at Temple. And that's a good call.
Yeah. Ethan Morton has checked into the game now for Purdue. Matt Painter's got more bodies this year. He's gone 10 deep with regularity in this tournament. Maybe that tightens up later in the season, but right now they got a lot of guys. Boy, Smith, good job by Gillis to get to the corner. But he left the jumper short, got it back, but not for long.
Well, Marquette recovered and ran him off the three-point line.
Look at the speed getting down the court for Marquette as Sean Jones just sped down there, and Norman picks up the bucket.
Really good vertical contest by Ethan Morton, but Norman just took that bump and scored.
Zach Edey on the bench right now. Caleb First getting some minutes in the middle. And another turnover.
They just converge. I mean, you see an opening, and Marquette just closes it up. They're just relentless. They don't give up on plays.
It's one of these teams where you want to count them and say, are there only 5 of them out there? It feels like there's more.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, and they're just spinning to that left hand. Just so creative with a great feel.
One-point lead, Marquette, past the midway point of the first half. Smith, cut off by Norman, finds Gillis.
Norman with the great help. And Sean Jones had the great pressure, got picked off, and then Norman was right there to pick up the ball.
Boy, hard screen there by First. Norman back to his feet. First the kick, Morton the extra pass. Everybody gets a touch, and Smith knocks down the 3.
How pretty is that? Braden Smith clipped his fingernails this morning. So close that was.
Well, we got some fun matchups in the backcourt. How about this one right now? Sean Jones for Marquette. Lance Jones for Purdue. No relation. 2 of the fastest guys you'll see in college basketball.
And Marquette is so good cutting. That pass just not quite delivered on target. It was certainly on time.
And when you first turnover committed by the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, and they're a very low turnover team. That's where that margin comes from. It's not going to come on the glass, or at least it hasn't in the last year. But they get extra possessions by taking good care of the ball and then forcing turnovers. When you can use Tyler Kolek as a screener in pick and roll, then you hit him on the short roll. He's a playmaker.
Ben Gold reaches around and is called for the foul. And the 7th on Marquette. So it's 1-1 now for Purdue. Gold's going to sit. That is his second. So Iguodaro's got 2. Gold's got 2. Marquette is very small right now. Now Edey is not in the game at the moment, but he's going to be before long.
And that's something Ben Gold will adjust to. You know, he forced the action further out on the floor, extended the catch. You don't need to reach in there and pick up a foul. Purdue's only got 1 team foul, and Marquette's 7. So Purdue's in good shape to shoot free throws the rest of the half on every common foul.
And does Shaka Smart go back to Iguodaro at some point here in the first half?
As long as you stay within striking distance. Picking up that 3rd foul will be such a big play before the half. You have to balance that. You don't want to take away your own player's rhythm by keeping them out for too long.
Sean Jones gets into the paint, kicks it back out. 4 to shoot. Norman falls and gets tied up, and the possession arrow is going to give it to Purdue.
What a great job defensively by Lance Jones. Great closeout. It's a sprint, sprint, shuffle, shuffle. Stays in front.
And here comes Edey. So who's going to deal with him? Looks like it's going to be David Joplin.
For now, but you get put in ball screen situation, it's going to be one of the guards. And Stevie Mitchell's looking back going, really? I got to do this again?
They can help with ball pressure, right? Everybody else can help the one guy who's got to guard Edey.
Ball pressure's the key, because you're not going to ask Joplin, no matter who, to keep it out of there. If you can pressure the passer, you've got a chance to take away vision.
And traveling called on Edey. Looked like he hopped a little bit, both feet at the same time, trying to turn and face the basket.
I think the argument is, well, I was getting fouled first. Like, wait a minute, I got guys all over my arm. And it doesn't matter. As much as the officials say we're going to officiate him the same as ever, you can't. You don't officiate him the same. He gets hit harder. You know, it's going to take more for him to draw a foul than most players.
Ross around and out. Edey the rebound.
Brady Smith would usually be able to get that ball and go, but Stevie Mitchell made it so tough for him to make that catch and for Edey to take the risk.
Edey got a pretty good look. Couldn't knock it down. Bodies are flying, and here comes Marquette, but it's stolen away by Jones. Smith, a good look, and he buries it.
Boy, aggressive off that ball screen action, little step-up screen by Zach Edey. He just came off looking to fire.
And standing out of bounds, Chase Ross. That'll turn it back over to Purdue with 7:11 to go. And even though Zach Edey hasn't been as big of a factor as he would like to in this game so far, Braden Smith and the others are picking up the slack.
Best perimeter defenders in the country, and Eric Musselman does such a great job bringing his team along, but a ton of transfers. And the SEC ACC Challenge got Duke going in there next week on Wednesday night.
If our bosses can convince us to leave Hawaii, we'll be on. Lawyer, and away from the ball. We got a call going against Purdue.
Looked like it was Zach Edey trying to shield off the defender from getting the Lawyer. And I think Matt Painter's saying, come on, man. He said he got his elbow up into him. Yeah, there's not much there. It's just Zach Edey being bigger and easier to see. But
Stevie Mitchell on the drive, slithering through, but a block from behind by Edey.
Marquette keeps attacking the paint. They're leading the points in the paint battle thus far, but Purdue is 5 of 6 from 3. Make it 6 of 7.
Wow. Lance Jones. What a pickup he is. The grad transfer from Southern Illinois. Tyler Kolek, nice look. Deflected by Smith.
Smith is only 6 feet tall, but he's got a 6'5" wingspan.
Kolek is wide open and knocks down a three.
Well, how much has he improved as a shooter over the last 2 years? Shaka Smart thinks he can shoot well over 40% from three this year. He's really worked on it.
Braden Smith turns the corner.
Got the switch. Stevie Mitchell again trying to get around in front.
And again, they're having a tough time getting the ball to Edey. Now he's got it. Can't hit. What a rebound by Gillis. Back up and in.
A great pivot to get to that left hand to kiss it off the glass. So much attention on Edey. Gillis able to sneak in from the perimeter and get that offensive rebound. Boy, it's so hard. You know, Stevie Mitchell's smaller, but when he gets up underneath Zach Edey, it's so difficult. And Gillis, nobody blocked him out because they're so worried about Zach Edey.
Gillis, the 6'6" senior from Newcastle, Indiana. Some really good minutes today. Mitchell to the bench for Marquette.
Newcastle, that's Steve Alford territory, isn't it?
You better be able to shoot if you live near there.
Anybody in Indiana. If you can't shoot in Indiana, they ask you to leave the state.
Gold back in playing with two. We haven't seen Iguodaro in a long time for Marquette. As he went to the bench a long while ago with 2 fouls. Looked like Zach Edey might have gotten poked in the eye as he makes his way down the court now offensively. Sets a screen. And Ross the rebound as Cam Jones went flying out of bounds.
Edey still messing with that right eye.
Kolek the kick.
Good pass.
Kolek the three. Gold knocks it back out, but Lawyer's got it for Purdue.
Well, Lawyer got a ton of loose balls in the semifinal against Tennessee. Diving on the floor. He just had a great game. It wasn't just the 27 points. He had 6 rebounds and the extra possessions he helped get.
Boy, Smith dribbling all over the place. Finally finds help. It's Lawyer. Knocked out by Gold. Purdue's got it, and a Marquette foul. Cam Jones just picked up number 2.
Well, Marquette has terrific guards, but so does Purdue. Boy, Smith and Lawyer, now sophomores, they are playing at a high level, and both have really high basketball IQs. Here's the poke in the eye. That's why Kareem used to wear goggles.
Like Kolek, I think, going up for the rebound and accidentally poked Edey in the eye. Matt Painter, after that last play, came up the court a little bit off the bench and just pointed to Fletcher Lawyer and said, great job. It was Lawyer going out of his area, coming up with a loose ball. And now Braden Smith is at the free throw line. Both of these coaches really prize the intangibles, the hustle plays, that sort of thing. Ross took a bump and will go to the line.
One of the most improved players in the Marquette program. Chase Ross, a lefty from Dallas, Texas.
This Marquette team won the Big East a year ago. Just about everybody back. Olivier Maxence-Prosper has gone on to the NBA. No transfers into the program. Shaka Smart believes that if at all possible, keep it within the program. Get guys, develop them year after year after year. And that probably is one of the big reasons why this is as together a group as it seems to be.
Yeah, those are tough decisions, whether you take a transfer, because sometimes you bring a transfer in and you bring them over players you've been developing. And sometimes that can be a credibility issue with your players. You have to be very selective with who you bring in. But this is just both these programs. Purdue's had a great culture for a long time, and Shaka Smart has built this Marquette culture up in a very short period of time to be one of the most admirable in the country.
6-point lead, Purdue.
There's the pressure. Got a little high-low look.
Edey muscles it up and in, and the lead is 8.
Iguodaro came over from the weak side, but perhaps not as strong as he wanted to just because of those 2 fouls.
Kolek goes right at Edey and finishes over him.
No fear. And he's so good at keeping that ball away with the left hand and still being able to, it's like a hook shot rather than a layup.
Open in the corner is Lawyer. Edey taps it back out. Who'd they get for the foul?
Looks like one of them bent hold.
Yeah.
They're 6 of 8 from 3, the Purdue Boilermakers are. And Purdue on the defensive end has done a really good job of running Marquette off the three-point line. Now, Marquette's getting some paint opportunities, but that's, I don't want to say it's by design, but that's what Matt Painter's willing to live with. You know, if they drive and have to score over Zach Edey, they'd rather have that than be chasing him around and giving up open threes.
Zach Edey gets to the line a ton because he has fouled so much. Those were his 58th and 59th free throw attempts on the season, and this is the 6th game for Purdue. Ross spinning on Lawyer. Now Sean Jones. Lost it on the way up, and Edey's got it.
A great job by Lance Jones to stay in front. They're making Marquette take tough twos instead of giving the Golden Eagles open threes. There's the high-low look, good pressure by Kolek.
Iguodaro back in, playing with 2, so there's not much he can do, and Edey scores.
Yeah, it's so difficult. Edey's gotten so much better over the last few years. He can go right-hand hook, left-hand hook. What a beautiful backdoor cut, and a quick one by Sean Jones.
And a big bucket for Marquette, back down to 8. Well, got to be a helpless feeling for Iguodaro, though, knowing that he just cannot pick up that 3rd foul. So there's not a whole lot he can do with Edey.
They're going with a little 3-2 zone now to try to give him some extra protection and make Edey play in a crowd.
He's got Georgia Tech. It's an exciting week for football, and he can catch it all in there. Smith into Edey. Had a good look, couldn't convert, and it's out of bounds. Still Purdue ball.
David Joplin was battling Edey inside, but it's so hard. You're trying to break contact, get around in front. And at some point, with the ball moving, Edey's going to lock you down and get an angle. It's like $20 in an Uber to get around Zach Edey.
Iguodaro's back on the bench. Ben Gold is in.
Look how low Sean Jones gets down in the stance. And
making life difficult for Braden Smith. Into the backcourt, but Jones had a hand on it, so they play on. Edey tried to find first, but they turn it over.
It's so difficult to get a clean pass because Marquette is so active with their hands. Joplin knocking that away on the cut by Caleb First.
Gold a little short on the 3. He's going to hit that. Back comes Smith.
But for the most part, Purdue has done a great job of keeping Marquette from getting open threes.
Bounce pass into Edey for the flush.
And what a catch. That easily could have been taken away from that angle. But Edey just reached out and vice grip caught it.
And Jay, he's got the last 8 now for Purdue as Kolek gets to the glass with kind of that running hook again.
And no wasted time. Doesn't even bring his right hand to the ball. Gets it up off the glass. And Purdue knocking down every opportunity they get. Purdue shot the ball really, really well.
And the one that Kolek has, that's the only made 3 for the Golden Eagles. They're 1 for 7. Purdue is 6 for 8 from beyond the arc, including Braden Smith, who's 2 for 2.
1-2-2 3/4 court pressure. Now back in the 3-2. And this can morph into man.
Zade Lowry, a freshman from Springfield, Missouri, into the game for Marquette. Joplin trying to deal with Edey. And a foul. Joplin thought he got all ball.
And a great delivery. A delivery through pressure right to his right hand, which is where he had the angle to the basket. Joplin got caught on the inside and just beautifully delivered.
Now the Marquette fans just saw the replay, and they're not any happier now than they were about 20 seconds ago. That is the 21st foul drawn by Zach Edey in the 3 games in this tournament.
And those are just the ones called. He draws so much attention, and you have to be so physical with him.
He's drawn 5 here today, with Marquette presumably about to go back on offense. Shaka Smart has brought Iguodaro back into the game.
But he really does eye that rim, as if it's going to move away if he takes his eyes off it.
1 of 2, and it's a 9-point game. Jones, nice feed. Whoa. That would have been a spectacular play had Ross been able to convert.
Well, with Edey there, you have to do something spectacular to get it in.
Smith a little bit out of control. Out of bounds still to Purdue. And here comes Joplin again. They want to get Iguodaro back out of there so he doesn't pick up his 3rd foul. Really limited by the foul trouble. 4 points, 2 rebounds in 8 minutes in the first half for Oso Iguodaro. Smith slips, takes Mitchell with him.
Step up ball screen.
Up top for Edey. Boy, that almost went in. Now it does.
So difficult when Edey sets that step up screen, just rolls to the basket. Who's going to block him out? You need a whole gang to block him out.
He's got the last 11 points for Purdue.
Give Purdue credit. They've been resolute to get the ball inside and doing it through pressure.
Kolek to drive and draws the foul.
Sets this step-up screen, then immediate roll to the basket. Nobody picks him up, and you're asking Stevie Mitchell to block him out, and then Mitchell gets taken out of the play by Mason Gillis right after that.
I mean, Mitchell is giving up over a foot, and he's giving up 100 pounds when he gets switched on to Zach Edey.
Might be more than 100 pounds. That playing against your dad in the driveway when you're 6 years old.
Kolek makes them both. 2.5 seconds. It goes! Unbelievable shot for Land. He is locked in as the second half gets ready to go, but the Golden Eagles have a tough task ahead of them, down by a dozen to Purdue. Cam Jones off the screen, over Edey and in.
Well, just a double ball screen, and then Iguodaro set a screen coming back to the ball for Cam Jones to get into that left hand, and he lofted it high over Edey.
And he's into double figures now with 10. Kolek with 15 to lead everybody. Edey leading Purdue with 13. That's a dangerous pass. Purdue fortunate to retain possession, and then Smith buries a 3, and they're 8 for 10 from 3-point range.
But that's a ball that Marquette's got to come up with, and usually Marquette gets that.
Not this time for Jones. Edey the rebound. Purdue running. Lance Jones running.
And we've seen in the first 2 games that Purdue played in this tournament against Gonzaga and then against Tennessee, they really got out of the gate quickly and picked up the pace in the second half versus their first half.
Joplin almost traveled. Wide open Cam Jones to knock it down.
Cam Jones coming out aggressively in this second half, and that's what Marquette needs to do, is get some 3-point opportunities, because Purdue took Marquette off the 3-point line in the first half.
Cam Jones, the junior from Memphis, the Big East Player of the Week last week. Braden Smith gets a good look, and they can't miss.
Well, screen for the screener action, and actually you saw Braden Smith peel off early, almost slip out of that screen to come off the Zach Edey down screen.
And now Smith with 14. Kolek. Wow. Everybody's filling it up.
That can loosen things up if you have to really get out the shooters. Just those paint touches that Marquette gets, that's going to contract the defense, and you're going to be able to spray it out to an open shooter.
Lawyer into Edey. Double team. Open man, Lance Jones. Edey the rebound. And the second time it goes.
Purdue's ball movement is so good. So screen roll with the shake action, and then you can get it inside to Edey.
Joplin back out to Cola. Iguodaro. Boy, those two work well together.
Well, that was a good bucket, but Purdue accomplished its initial goal, which is to run Marquette off that three-point line. The question is, can Marquette make enough twos?
Lawyer step back. Rebound Cola.
Not a good shot. That's not what Matt Painter wanted. A fadeaway two.
Jones, and fouled by Edey. That'll be his second.
I don't think Edey minded picking up that foul. You know, you go for a shot fake. You had an open lane to the basket. Just let them know you're there. In case they didn't.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's not a shortcoming. So Jones at the line. Cam Jones, Sean Jones for Marquette, Lance Jones for Purdue.
Don't you love this roster?
Yeah.
A lot of Smiths and Joneses.
4 teams ranked in the top 7 in the nation in this tournament. In the third place game, Kansas defeated Tennessee 69-60. This is the championship game between Purdue and Marquette. Down to 10. And the Marquette fans, and they don't need a lot of prompting. They're making more noise. They're a feisty bunch. Both of these fan bases are great. Edey steps out.
Marquette trying to extend catches, make sure they get great pressure on the ball.
Knocked away by Iguodaro. And he'll lay it in to make it an 8-point game.
Boy, what a great play. Not just the step in on the hedge, but to do it with a swipe. Swiped with that left hand, knocked it away, and the rare easy bucket.
9-2 run, Marquette. That was a terrific little pass from Smith into Edey to get him a bucket.
Well, didn't Smith show great poise? You know, he didn't panic when he picked up his dribble, just pivoted around, found him.
Mitchell. It's down to 7.
It's down to 7 because Marquette is now finding in transition some open threes. An avenue that was shut off for Marquette in the first half is now open. Edey's open.
He's got it, but not for long. Mitchell does a great job to knock it out of bounds. It'll be Purdue ball when we come back, but Marquette is getting back in this game.
Also Iguodaro in foul trouble in the first.
L.A.
Rainbow is not a flavor.
No.
A collection of flavors, yes.
But who's to argue with the bill?
You can try. Tough to watch a guy come here and not have any fun.
Both teams shooting very well today. Purdue's at 58%. Marquette's at 56%. But a shot clock violation. That basket will not count.
Well, Marquette is starting to cause some havoc. Ball goes inside to Zach Edey, an immediate double. And they do such a good job of covering up on the perimeter. Braden Smith just a little too late at the end of the clock to find that opening.
Possession by possession. The Marquette fans getting noisier. Edey altered, may have deflected that, and back come the Boilermakers.
Ran that same play where they run a little stagger, and then Iguodaro goes and gets Cam Jones to try to turn the corner. That's just a really difficult shot.
Did get a piece.
Yeah, he got a piece of it.
And the folks at Purdue will tell you he's a little bit quicker. He's about 10 pounds lighter than he was last year. I don't know about you. I see it more on the defensive end than on the offensive end from him. Him having the ability to go and get some of those plays and block some of those shots.
That and his ball screen defense has continued to improve. He plays mostly drop coverage, but he's much better at moving his feet. And he's much more difficult to exploit trying to get him away from the basket.
Sean Jones finds Iguodaro. Now Kolek. Oh, a miscommunication between two guys who normally work so well together.
Shaka Smart knows there's a long way to go in this one, but you get a score there, and there's a lot more game pressure on Purdue.
First turnover of the game for Kolek. It's been a low turnover game, especially for Marquette. Only 6 so far. Low turnover game, low foul game so far.
Marquette's there on every catch.
Edey got everything he wanted and eventually put it home on the second opportunity. He's just too big and too strong.
And his hands are too good. Like, that's just really good hands to go back up and get that ball in that crowd.
Edey couldn't get this one. He went down to the deck hard. So did Ross. And then Ross got back up and missed the follow.
How about Chase Ross getting back into that play after you run into the Sears Tower?
Smith finds Lawyer, who's wide open. But it's Marquette ball.
Those were shots that Purdue was drilling in the first half.
Kolek with a runner, won't go. Follow no. Edey the rebound. Edey now 19 points, 12 rebounds in this game.
The kind of shape that Marquette's got to be in to put this kind of pressure on all game long.
Another touch for Edey. And he'll score. Boy, Kolek tried to hack at the ball, and Iguodaro tried to body him out as much as he could. Couldn't stop him.
That was a good defensive exchange. That was just a great shot by Edey.
Iguodaro. Boy, he's got that one down pat, doesn't he?
Oh, he's so good at that little push shot. That's a great touch.
And if they're going to win this game, they got to keep him on the floor, get some foul trouble in the first half, and get the kind of performance they got from him in the semifinal yesterday. Smith, not this time. That's his first miss from beyond the arc, now 4 for 5.
Great find.
Sean Jones. Boy, another one that, had it gone down, would have really changed the feel of this game. And now a turnover, and Sean Jones out ahead of the field for an easy layup to get it back down to 7.
Marquette coming with full court pressure. And sooner or later, the pressure seems to get to Marquette's opponents. They never take a play off.
Edey has it stolen away. Ross.
Well, you can't just throw it to the offense. Can't just throw it to Edey. You have to watch the backside. That's where the help's coming from.
And Matt Painter knew his team needed a timeout. He could force the other team into a rush shot or a shot clock violation or any one of a number of things. And as Angel says, it's a really big part of the Marquette program.
Well, deflections are an indication of effort. And if you chart it, you know, it becomes a part of your program. But they also chart what they call EGBs, energy generating behavior. And this team plays with a ton of energy.
Edey on the bench for Purdue. Iguodaro on the bench for Marquette. That ball's still loose, and Ross just took it away from first. And it's out of bounds back to Purdue, and Ben Gold appears to be shaken up. Director of this tournament, the Maui Invitational, which is, I believe, in its 40th season, right? This year, 40th season. It all started, and it wasn't part of the tournament, but remember, Chaminade beat Virginia, Ralph Sampson, 1982, here in Hawaii, and that's kind of what led to this tournament happening. That was not part of the Maui Invitational, but Jay, you've done probably at least 20 of the 40, as Gold is going to get a jam. Marquette getting closer, and year after year, this tournament is just so great.
It's the premier pre-conference tournament in America. And Marquette's pressure is really starting to get to Purdue. Sean Jones on the ball. Ben Gold came over for the double team. And Lance Jones lost the ball, led to an easy bucket for Marquette. Every catch now extended.
Lawyer blocked by, or goal looked like he might have gotten a piece of it, but Lawyer got it over him and somehow it went in.
A tough drive, a tough individual play by Fletcher Lawyer. Purdue needed it.
Kolek called for a double dribble.
Watch Marquette. Sean Jones. Well, that's the tough drive that Fletcher Lawyer just made, but look at Sean Jones on the ball against Lance Jones. And so difficult. He gets so low, but a terrific job by Ben Gold to come over and double, knock the ball away. But you're so concerned about the pressure on the ball from Sean Jones. You can't think about running your offense. You're too worried about Sean Jones.
It was a little funny moment just now. Iguodaro came back into the game, so did Edey. And as Iguodaro was coming onto the floor, Ben Gold pointed at him and said, "Do you want him?" Like to Edey. And Iguodaro just had a little bit of a smile, and everybody had a bit of a laugh about it. Edey surrounded and fouled as Ross reaches in.
And they're bringing the double team right away. Marquette is pushing Purdue further out on the floor. They're extending catches. That makes passes longer. And Marquette's able to recover. For their ability to help and recover. Helping is one thing. It's the recovery that's so impressive.
Morton drives and has it blocked. Edey came up with a loose ball, and he's fouled.
That's a great block by Iguodaro. And, Morton used that off arm to get right into his chest and still was able to block it. In the NBA, that's an automatic offensive foul to ward off the defensive player with your off arm.
That's number 4 on Ben Gold, and Tyler Kolek is coming back in. And it is Gold who's going to come out. So Marquette is going to go smaller.
Didn't know they could get smaller.
Keeping an eye on Shaka Smart on the Marquette sideline. He's as into the game as anybody in the building.
What a great play by Iguodaro. They ran Smith all the way out toward half court.
And another foul. Edey got held by Iguodaro. And there have been 3 fouls on this possession.
Which is upgraded to an F1. So 2 shots in the ball.
Edey 3 for 4 from the line today. Came into the game shooting 74% from the line on the season.
That includes some early misses against Tennessee. What, he missed 4 or 5 in a row?
6. He missed his first 6 in the game against Tennessee and wound up 9 for 17 in that game. But he is a good free throw shooter. Mid-70s last year, mid-70s so far this year. First, back into Edey. And that's a deflection by Kolek that leads to a steal.
A great play by Kolek to help out.
Sean Jones in the corner. Edey's on him. Now Ross in the opposite corner. And the weak side rebound for first.
Maybe a little over help there on the part of Purdue. They got away with it. Didn't need to flood the lane when Edey's there.
Lance Jones comes up empty, and Cam Jones can't squeeze it, and it's back to Purdue.
Edey got held on that one again. He was right there reaching out with that left arm. He couldn't reach out with the right one because it was being held. Now watch Edey here. Iguodaro's got him again, and he's hooking and holding him again.
That's Iguodaro taking a risk. Could have been another 2 in the ball if they see it and thought it was an F1, and it also would have been his 4th. They need Iguodaro on the floor.
Yeah, it's hard not to see that. He draws a crowd, doesn't he?
Yep. Then they force him to give it up. Lawyer right back into him. And the slam. Iguodaro went flying. Kolek went flying. Too much Zach Edey. Edey's up to 24 and 12 in this game. Kolek again using the window.
And again getting to that left hand where he's so dangerous. He can score with his right, but much prefers the left.
Lawyer draws a foul.
They use Edey so well up at that high post to cut off of
Walton, bringing you 2 more games tonight. Just a great 3 days of basketball and some of the other nice events too. As Fletcher Lawyer, a very good shooter, misses the first free throw. Zach Edey 24 and 12. Tyler Kolek 20 to lead Marquette. Cam Jones 17. The lead now 7 for the Boilermakers.
Well, Marquette is leading in transition points 13-2, but the second chance points largely because of Zach Edey, 18-2 in favor of Purdue.
Boy, Sean Jones can do some things that most people can't do. He can get places, get there quicker, adjust, and just make hard things look easy.
His speed is game-changing.
Immediate triple team. Now Cam Jones backs off.
Sean Jones did an amazing job at taking away that reversal pass.
Out of bounds, still Purdue ball.
Jones has such great quickness. So tough to stay in front of him. Just spins off and knocks Fletcher Lawyer back. 18-2 in favor of Purdue. That's impressive.
Sean Jones, 5'10" sophomore from Columbus, Ohio. Into Edey with 20 on the clock.
Boy, anything you run, you can always throw it up to Zach Edey if you can't get it in. Good help by Tyler Kolek there, because Edey was open and his help side defense took that pass away.
Now Edey has it. Left hand, no good. And Kolek the rebound.
Big possession here for Marquette.
And a block, the call on Lance Jones. Just the 3rd team foul of the half on Purdue. There are no individual foul issues for the Boilermakers. The Golden Eagles have a couple. Ben Gold's on the bench with 4. And Iguodaro is in the game with 3. Ross has 3 as well. Kolek short. Braden Smith starts the other way.
Kolek was trying to take advantage of Edey being in drop coverage. Just picked off his defender.
Burst of speed by Braden Smith.
Thought he got hit. What a half Braden Smith is having. What a game and what a tournament. That young man is a gamer. Great pass on the cut from the corner.
Oh, and Ross kind of overdid it. Trying to get it off the glass and in. Gillis cross court to Jones. And the 3, and all of a sudden, it's back to a 10-point lead.
A great find by Mason Gillis to see Lance Jones cross court, and what a difference Lance Jones makes in this Purdue team. The defense, the athleticism, and the ability to knock down.
There's the field for next year. Again, hey, it's Maui. It's going to be great.
UConn has had a great history, as has North Carolina, in the Maui Invitational.
Speaking of which, UConn's going to play North Carolina in the Jimmy V in a couple of years. That's going to be fun.
Well, UConn's really good. And UConn should have Stephon Castle back, who's a projected lottery pick. That is a unique offensive team, and they have not missed a beat. And Alex Caravan, how much better has he been since last year? Just stepped into a more prominent role and has done so seamlessly.
UConn in the next 3 weeks has games against Kansas, Carolina, and Gonzaga. Good stuff for college basketball fans.
When do they play anybody?
Lawyer.
Can't pass it low.
Gillis dives and saves it. Edey kicks it out. Shot clock at 3. Blocked by Iguodaro.
What a defender Iguodaro is. He takes so many passes and shots just out of the sky.
And Kolek fouled by Smith.
I can't think of many times that you want to throw a bounce pass to Zach Edey. Get that thing up there, man.
There was the one in the first half where Smith really didn't have any other choice, and as you said, Pollock almost had it. Other guy, Marquette guys almost had it, but you're right. The advantage is up top.
It's that kind of analysis. Makes you the best of the business.
That keeps me out of the analyst chair. Pollock staying with it and getting the deficit down to 8.
These players have to be exhausted.
Yeah. Third game in 3 days.
With the physicality. Well, 3-2 zone now. Got to get somebody along the baseline. Flatten this out.
Gillis in the corner. Way too strong. Joplin and the Golden Eagles coming the other way.
When you're facing zone, you still have to look to penetrate it.
Joplin for 3. What a big shot that is for Marquette. That's his first points of the game. His first field goal attempt of the game.
Gonna stick with this zone. I think Purdue's got to look to penetrate some gaps.
Very, very tough shot goes in for Smith.
By one of the toughest young players in the country, Braden Smith. That guy is a competitor. All these guys are competitors, but there's a different level of competitor. I think he reaches that.
Stevie Mitchell fouled on a 3-point attempt that almost went down. Fletcher Lawyer will be called for the foul. And Mitchell has 3 free throws coming when we come back to go.
What a gauntlet Purdue's running this one. They have to play Gonzaga, Tennessee, and now Marquette. 3 ranked teams. What is it, 11, 7?
4, 2, 1.
And 4.
Yes, yeah. I mean, this is like playing Elite 8 Final Four national championship.
Yeah, no question.
Remember, the foul was on a 3-pointer, so Mitchell's made the first 2. Got one more coming. Two of 3.
The first miss for Marquette, isn't it?
It is indeed. Now 10 for 11 as a team from the line. Purdue just 6 for 11.
Well, the pressure. Look how far out Purdue's got to start an offense.
Edey. He got held, it looked like. Kicked it back out. He wants it back. Kicks it out again. And it's turned over. And Cam Jones is fouled.
Another transition opportunity off the turnover, and it all came from the pressure. Stevie Mitchell pushing Braden Smith further out on the floor. And then Tyler Kolek goes for the double team, just a mishandling of the ball. And Marquette's back out in the open floor. Fast break points 16-2 in favor of Marquette.
That foul, the 6th team foul on Purdue, so the next one will send Marquette to the line. Iguodaro isolated with Edey.
The pass. Problem is you got Edey there once you catch it.
Just about anybody else you're going to get a shot attempt off. Another good pass. Cam Jones finds Oso Iguodaro.
That was gorgeous. Just drawing Zach Edey to him. The little drop back. Bounce pass to Iguodaro. Spectacular.
There have been a lot of great championship games in the Maui Invitational over the years, and this one you can add it to the list. Edey will go to the line for 2.
Well, Edey's been the pressure release because Purdue couldn't make a pass due to the denial. Drawing Edey over to try to block the shot. Braden Smith needed to rotate down. What a beautiful drop-off pass by Cam Jones. That's big time.
Great NBA doubleheader coming your way on ESPN tonight. Giannis and the Bucks taking on Jason Tatum and the Celtics in the early game, and then the second game, KD and the Suns against Steph and the Warriors. Coverage tips with NBA Countdown at 7 Eastern. 2 big free throws for Zach Edey.
This gives a little more of a cushion to Purdue down the stretch.
And the foul, by the way, was on Iguodaro, so he's playing with 4. Kolek, shovel pass. Iguodaro again.
Lost it right over Zach Edey. And Marquette, off these screens, able to turn the corner, curl tightly, and put pressure on the lane. Marquette's making everybody turn their back. How can you see in if you got your back turned?
10 to shoot. They can't get it into Edey.
Can't run any offense.
So Jones puts it up, and it's Marquette ball.
A spectacular defense by Marquette. Spectacular.
A 1-possession game with 1:42 to go. Cam Jones. Now Iguodaro. Joplin driving, forces it up. Loose ball.
Marquette's got the arrow. Excuse me, Purdue's got the arrow.
And so Purdue will get the ball with 1:23 to go.
Iguodaro on this screen and roll situation. First set a screen, then set another one, and Tyler Kolek able to curl right around it to draw the defense.
Each team still with a couple of timeouts remaining. Purdue with the ball and a 3-point lead.
And now it's about Purdue handling pressure.
Point lead.
And now it's about Purdue handling pressure. They're having to start offense so far away from the basket. Every catch extended. Having to turn your back due to the pressure.
Mitchell pressuring Smith. Smith gets it over. Boy, Joplin doing the same. Lawyer finds Gillis. He's wide open. Rebound down to Kolek. Into the final minute we go. Iguodaro again, and it's a 1-point game.
When he pivots, he's going to find you eventually. And Iguodaro just getting into the middle of the lane, so good with that little short shot, able to loft it up softly. This pressure, we've used the term, but
here we go. A little weave, taking a few seconds off the clock, and they get the ball into Edey in a good spot.
Good recovery by Cam Jones on Fletcher Lawyer.
The double team, the kick out, 2 on the shot clock. Smith. Edey tips it up and in. It is still a 1-possession game. The shot clock is turned off. And Shaka Smart's going to let him play. Kolek, no. Gillis the rebound, and now they have to foul.
Well, Marquette could not have defended that any better. Forced a tough 3 at the end of the clock, but the shot came off soft, and Edey was there with the right hand to tip it in. Yet another offensive rebound opportunity for Zach Edey.
6 offensive rebounds in this game for Zach Edey, and 10 second chance points. So 5 of the 6 he has gotten a basket out of.
And 20 second chance points for Purdue on the game, if my numbers are right.
Edey, another offensive rebound. Boy, oh boy. What a day he's had, because they have made things pretty difficult on him, and he has just played his way through it. It's 4 against 1.
They're pinching in on him, but he just keeps his hands up, and the ball comes off hard, and he's above everybody.
But he misses the front end, and Marquette still got a shot.
Do you foul here?
Jones. And Purdue hangs on and wins it. A monster game.